From the playful fluidity of conscious morphing, a gravity returns. Not the old burdensome weight, but a new, clear, inescapable focus. All the threads of the spiral, the observer, the wizard's code, the cellular unity, the fluid navigation, converge into a single luminous point. At this point, the ultimate question crystallizes, not as a philosophical abstraction, but as the very ground of decision. What do I choose? And do I choose for all? This episode confronts the final, most seductive illusion, the belief that there is a sustainable separation between self-interest and collective interest. From the perspective of separate bubbles, this seems obvious. My gain might be your loss. My safety might require your vulnerability. But from the vantage point of unity consciousness, from the felt knowledge of being a conscious cell in the one body, this logic shatters. In a truly unified field, the health of the cell and the health of the organism are not just aligned, they are the same condition viewed from different scales. A choice that genuinely, deeply nourishes the truest self, the expansive, connected self, not the petty, grasping ego, cannot, by its nature, harm the whole. To nurture that self is to nurture a node in the network, strengthening the entire web. Conversely, a choice made from the illusion of separation, a choice that actively harms the body through greed, cruelty, or willful ignorance, will inevitably circulate back as a toxin in the system, poisoning the very cell that excreted it. The pollution in the river reaches the ocean, enters the rain, and falls back on the polluter's land. The hatred broadcast into the collective fields lower the frequency, making the world a harsher place for the hater to live in. The wizard's decision-making is now rooted in this non-dual understanding. The magic is in the realization that every single choice, no matter how mundane, is a vote. It is a vote cast in the ongoing election for what kind of reality gets to persist. When we choose a food grown with regenerative agriculture, we vote for soil health and farmer dignity. When we choose a word of kindness over a word of contempt, we vote for a field of compassion. When we choose to listen rather than rehearse our argument, we vote for understanding. We are not just making personal lifestyle choices, we are engaging in conscience creation at the granular level. We are literally, with every action, drafting the blueprint of the world we are inhabiting. The philosophy turns the concept of voting with your dollar into a spiritual practice. It expands into voting with your life, your attention, your energy, your creativity, your love. Every transaction, every interaction becomes a sacrament, a tiny ritual of world building. The question shifts from what do I want to what world do I want to live in? And does this choice contribute to its creation? This is not a modern eco-spiritual notion. It is the ancient implacable law of karma, understood in its most holistic sense, action and its inevitable systemic consequence. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad states it plainly. As a man acts, so does he become. He who does good becomes good. He who does evil becomes evil. In the context of the body, he is both the individual cell and the collective organism. The action shapes both simultaneously. The enlightened masters frame this ultimate choice in the starkest, most universal terms. Their aim was to dissolve the choice between me and them entirely. In the teachings of Jesus, this is the culmination of the law: love your neighbor as yourself. The genius of this command is that it doesn't say love your neighbor, instead yourself, or love your neighbor more than yourself. It posits the neighbor as yourself. It commands the realization of non-separation. The choice for the neighbor's good is the choice for your own deepest good, because at the level of spirit, there is no other. The golden rule is a practical algorithm for making choices for all. The Bodhisattva Vow in Mahayana Buddhism is the ultimate commitment to this principle. The Bodhisattva vows to postpone their own final nirvana until all beings are liberated. Why? Because in the realization of emptiness, the interdependence and enlightenment of one is seen as incomplete while others suffer. Their liberation is my liberation. The choice to work for the salvation of all is the only choice that makes sense from the perspective of unified consciousness. It is the self-interest of the cosmic self. Even in the seemingly individualistic path of Stoicism, this principle emerges. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "What is not good for the swarm is not good for the bee." He recognized that the individual citizen's virtue and the health of the republic were inextricably linked. His personal choice for justice, temperance, and courage were made with the understanding that they sustained the whole system, which, in turn, sustained him. Making the choice for all requires discernment. It doesn't mean self-abnegation or foolish martyrdom. A cell that neglects its own health becomes cancerous or dies, harming the body. The choice for all must include wise, nurturing care for the individual vehicle of consciousness. It means asking, does this choice come from love or fear? Does it build up or tear down? Does it recognize connection or enforce separation? Does it serve life? This is where spiritual practice meets practical revolution. It makes the end of compartmentalization. There is no spiritual life separate from economic life or political life. Every domain is a theater where the choice for all is enacted. The magic is in seeing the sacred in the secular, the cosmic in the commonplace. When this understanding clicks, a profound relaxation occurs alongside a fierce responsibility. The anxiety of selfishness versus selfness vanishes. There is only alignment or misalignment. When the health of the spiral, the body, the whole, we become conscious agents of the universe's own tendency toward greater complexity, beauty, and awareness. We are not just making choices, we are the means by which the universal will, the Tao, God, life, chooses to express itself in this particular time and place. The final question, what do I choose? I choose for all, is answered not with words, but with a life. It is answered with every breath that is taken with gratitude for the shared atmosphere, every step taken with respect for the sacred ground. We realize we're not a tiny voter in a giant external system. We are the system, awakening to its own power of choice and choosing, moment by moment, to become more whole, more compassionate, more alive. The choice for all this is the choice to be, fully and responsibly, what we already are, the One, choosing itself.